¿Qué tranza banda? Soy Pidgey y hoy vamos a continuar con la historia con este outfit mamadísimo y ver qué ha acontecido después de 5 años. Torgal ya también tiene su outfit chingón. Sí. A ver, tenemos que ir. Pues ya tenemos la misión de dirigirnos al Garrido del Halcón. Pues acá, junto a las miras puestas sobre el dominio cristalino, la frontera comienza a caer lentamente en desorden a la vez que abundan los rumores de atrocidades innombrables. Para empeorar las cosas, Marta, aliada de confianza y amiga de hombres y portadores por igual, desapareció de su posada. Ok, pero ya lo hemos hecho, ¿no? No. Pues vamos acá.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Linajes. Ok, pues ahora a Jill le va a tocar.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Porton. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
A la madre, me pegó la pinche flor letal. Muertísima. Va. Hola, a ver, un chocobo verde. Ok. Pluma azul. ¿Y ataca esta madre? Huevos. Ok.
would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. It would be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
A ver, un segundito. Una pausa. Listo. Listo, listo. Pues vamos a ver qué pedo con estos pinches imperiales. Un mercader.
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours for a price.
Después de recibir daño. Están bien caras las canciones de la orquesta. Bueno, pues vamos a ver.
Excuse me, but What was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. With 100 full legions. 100?
Hay que investigar con la gentecita de aquí.
Run along now, before one of the boys starts thinking you're something you're not.
Word is, Port Isolde's closed her gates to all but the Highborn, and now a great camp sprung up along the walls.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
Well, what do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
Do we?
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
2 more left to join the garrison this very morn. At this rate, there'll be none left. We're going hunting for alcohol.
A ver usted.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way.
Pues tiene razón. Tiene miedo y sí se echan en el otro pueblito.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Va, eso significa encontrar más imperiales. Va.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the apology, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's threat?
Bad idea. You're not going to like it.
Nice. No, güey. Le di mal, quería poner el trueno. Por aquí no investigamos si había... Ah, mira, hay imperiales. Vamos a chingárnoslos a los putos. Dan XP.
More of my mother's men.
Güey. Huevos como Thor. Nice. A la madre. ¿Pero aquí hay algo? Lo habíamos dado para allá. Y aquí no veo botín. Solo esas madres. Ya vamos a continuar. Ay, güey. Sí creo por acá. Nice, botín. Venga, venga, venga. Va. Lo que no sé es por qué hay más de estas madres. Bueno, siempre cerca de aquí están esas madres celestiales, ¿no? Ahora que lo recuerdo. Listo. Adiós, mosca rara. Vale, por quererme emboscar. Son...
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On
Cámara,
these,
pinches
our
putos.
swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you the truth.
Váyanse a la verga. ¿Qué andas mirando tú, perro? Estuvo, aunque muy vergas. Nice.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
What?
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Primero lo primero, botincito. Listo, ahora sí.
Find something, boy. Death.
No mames, ¿a quién mataron ahí?
Found her.
No mames. Vale madres, güey, los que no se quisieron unir.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
This drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
Chale, güey, pero andaban de necios que no querían venirse.
But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Vamos a ver si hay loot por aquí. Ahora aquí está la costa. Se marcan las huellas. Aquí está todo devastado. Mames, güey, que hay otro, güey. Culero. Pues no hay. Vamos a punto. Dijiste al puerto Isolda.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. No, I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Ready, go?
Vamos en el Chocobo. Vamos en chinga.
I can walk from here.
Ah.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
No, me qué
No, you didn't hear nothing.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
A ver, usted rosariense.
No succor to the south travellers, nor beyond the Bua. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
Dame los hurtos si aparece uno. Pero gracias por el dato. Ahora vamos por eso. No, no le di, güey. Estuvo. Vamos por allá. Ah, podía llamar a mi chocobo, ¿vean? Se me olvida, se me olvida. Vamos, alma blanca.
Run like the wind.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Vamos para allá.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Nos vemos.
Have mercy.
Voice-rinsed dogs they are. You can't ignore us forever.
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep.
Better out there than in here.
Oh, get enough
Fuck off.
Ridiculous bastards. Those crystals belong to us all.
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stall. Cut you down where you stand. Destroy it.
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
¿Y ahora? ¿Por dónde le damos?
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
Okay.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Armaduras de luz negra.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
¿Con qué engine está hecho? Se ve muy chido, la neta. Mira un tesorito.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Ah, quieren putazos.
Not.
Ahí la ven, perros. Quisimos ser amistosos, pero no quisieron, perros. Ahora por eso, a la shit. A la fucking shit, perros.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that.
A la
He's
verga.
long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
No mames, pero es...
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Yo pensé que se había muerto chamuscado, güey.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
Y el otro güey también es, ¿no? Pero con barba y pelo. Y pelo largo.
It is. So wait.
No mames. Pues acabo de chingar a todos esos güeyes.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after.
Hey.
Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Nice, van a dar una visita a mamita suegra de Jill.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
We'll show them that
Allow me to tend to your needs, my lord.
Una sal de protección.
Of course, my lord.
Los vidrios.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So wait. The bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Ok. Vámonos.
We'll keep them from the
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Gracias. Es bueno saber que hay una resistencia.
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Ah. Ok. Entonces, estos eran los güeyes que estaban siguiendo los Black Shields.
Come along now.
Bastards are lucky.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
¿Qué está pasando aquí?
What is it now? I told you. We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
Olvidaste valiente y guapo.
For Rosaria! For Rosaria! Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
El pinche maguito este para acá. Huevos.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another one of them to find their battle for them.
Que me protejo de ese pinche dragón. La madre. Vale, maldito perro. Ahora, poder del trueno. Ahora, el poder del fuego.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Ahora, quémate, perro. Voy a ver otro de esos
A noble
güeyes.
stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
A su madre. Ah, estás verde, chavo. Ok. Maldito perro del mal.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this. We finish him.
La madre. A la vera. No. Bueno, vente. Oh, mierda. Nice. Nice.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings.
Yes.
For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place.
Ni pedo, pa.
Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Ardiente.
With pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Dale.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Me gusta su pose esa de la espada. Puerto Isolda, la provincia imperial de Rosaria.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Sí, probablemente.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit.
A la verdad sí se parece a su papá, a su hermano.
Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
Fue personalmente él el empute que le dio.
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once.
Oh, mames, está llorando.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
A ver, cojan.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Chingón, me cayó chido el tío. Ya nos dio un barquito.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Cabrón, yo pensaba, ¿por qué Jill le valió madres que este güey asesinara a su hermano y así? Pero también ella se sentía igual, ¿no? Bueno, al final resultó que Clive no mató a su hermano, pero pues eso explica muchas cosas. Entonces aquí vamos a tomar un barquito para llegar acá. Lo que no entiendo es por qué no atacar esta. Creo que es porque está muy bien custodiada, ¿no? Por justo la mamá de ese pendejo. Digo, ese pendejo. La pendeja mamá de ese güey. Vamos a darle. Y aquí, monstruos.
The founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom, but Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Ok. Ir con Vivian, pero vamos a hacer unas side-ups.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? It's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Come on.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed.
Me va a dar hambre.
Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Ok. Vemos esa misioncita. Hay más. Los lamentos del herrero 1. La Vivian. Pues vamos con el herrero igual. Vamos a sacar misiones y... por acá. Eso.
I could have sworn we had a few more. Typical nobles.
How did we never
There are
hear?
new billets being posted every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
He's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Look, normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what'd you say?
Come on.
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Ok, eso está más cerquita. ¿Por qué estará triste?
That monster's taken quite a liking to me.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil, shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right. We're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Ok. Y Karen está aquí al ladito.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working the rides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Ok. Pues ahora sí ya tenemos 2 misiones. ¿Qué es esto? Usa el tablero de casa para encontrar el grifo. Ah, ok. No había captado. Gana néctar. ¿Quieres cazar un grifo? Pues tengo el encargo perfecto para ti. Hay una bestia salvaje merodeando por ahí que los locales llaman dos mare cupo. Dos mare. Ok. Un miembro de nuestra orden se encontró con una repentina ráfaga de viento tan fuerte que dobló los troncos de unos viejos robles y oyó un grito tan espeluznante que salió corriendo, temiendo por su vida. Tras hablar con los lugareños descubrió que era el nido de un grifo antiguo conocido como Dos Mare, una bestia odiada por Papetito y por los chocabos y los niños. Okay. Pero ¿qué hago? Ese güey. Ubicación puerta oeste del bastión Norbert Sambrek. Puerta oeste del bastión Norbert Sambrek. Puerta oeste del bastión Norbert Sambrek. No sé en dónde era, era acá, ¿no? No, esto es Lost Wing. Northridge. Pues es esto. Se supone que ahí está. Let's take a look. Es una araña. Pero decía puerta este o puerta oeste. Porque esta es... No, porque no hay una puerta oeste, ¿no? Así debe de estar por aquí esa madre. La pregunta es ¿dónde? Vamos a limpiar aquí. Pues no lo veo por aquí, ¿eh? A lo mejor por acá. Aquí solo hay dracónitos. ¿Puedo esquivar? ¿La puerta se puede abrir? Nada.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
Sí puede volar, no me había dado cuenta. Ya limpiamos aquí, Nel, ¿eh? Salvo que sea por acá.
Company.
Araña. Ay, güey, se puso violenta esa madre. No se puede. O es más para acá. También puede ser, ¿eh? Ojo sagrado. Mercado. La mano sagrada. El dragón virtuoso. Aquí avancé un chingo, ¿no? El barril férreo. Norte occidente. ¿O me fui mal? O sea, ¿me vine a otro lado? No, sí era ahí. Ah, pero es que mira, la puerta esta está acá. Entonces, ¿por qué apareció ahí? ¿O sí le puse mal? A ver. No, no, no. O sea, sí de ahí vengo, ¿no? Allá me hice bolas. Simón. A lo mejor tengo que matar a todos los... Tampoco. Por ejemplo, si paso por aquí. Ah, pero es que sí me dice eso de todos modos. Interesante. O sea, sí tengo que ir al tablero, pero ya viene el tablero y ya no se puede hacer nada, güey. O alguna opción no puse o algo así. A ver. Vamos allá.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these guardians of the flame?
Ah, sí, puerta oeste del vacío Norbert Zambreque. Y esa es la puerta este. Pero... ¿Qué, güey? La puerta este del vacío Norbert. Norbert. Lostwing. Terrorabel. El dragón virtuoso. Casa de Marta, bosque oscuro. Esto es lo que ya consumió la plaga, ¿no? Según los Twink. Sí, estoy confundido. Camino a Lost Wing desde el bastión de Norbert. Un miembro de nuestra orden se encontró con una repentina ráfaga de viento tan fuerte que dobló los troncos. O sea, del Norbert a Lost Wing. A ver. Entonces, ahora sí vamos acá, que sería de aquí a acá. A ver. ¿Cómo? A ver, chavales. Entonces aquí es... hacia acá, o sea, pasar por aquí, de la izquierda y así. Entonces sí voy a pedir mi
Come on.
Let's go. Bueno, que ya tenemos este de chocobo. Y aquí es para allá. Creo que ahí está, ¿eh? O si no, se ve muy cabrón esa cosa. Ah, no, esa es una carruda.
Thanks, girl.
Es otra cosa, güey. Aruna. Clase C. Ok. Te quedaste sin mama. Siéntate. Ah, cabrón. Ah, no la esquivé, güey. Dale, dale. Quítate, maldita. Madres. ¿Está? Esta maldita. Enemigo notable derrotado. Bueno, no era lo que esperábamos, pero además, ojo eólico se usa en fabricación.
Rest well. I know I will.
Y todavía tenemos para chingarnos ese pinche hipogrifo. ¿Qué era lo que buscábamos? No, estoy viendo mal. Digo, para allá seguro hay algo, pero vamos a buscar a esa madre. Ah, mira, aquí hay unos árboles tirados, güey. Creo que está por aquí. Creo que sí. No, ese es un dragón. ¿Dónde estará, güey? Se ve una cueva, güey. Ah, pero no se puede entrar. Al fin que ni quería. No, pues aquí ya llegué a Lost Wing. Uy, no. No, no, no. Acá. Ya vine desde acá y ahí me puse. Puerta este. Ah, pero es que puerta oeste. Uy, entonces tengo que hacer este caminito hasta acá para poder llegar, güey. Bueno, pues manos a la obra en una sola maniobra, ¿no? A ver, aquí, todo derecho y a la izquierda. ¿Y no? Simón, Simón. Sí, sí, hay que hacer side-ups porque... ¿No? ¿Cuándo? Una pausita, esperen. Ya. Aquí me van a salir unos monstruos, estoy seguro. Ah, no. Ok. Me lo otorgan. Pues. Ish. Hay otro avis. Aquí sería para allá. Unos calabos, que no sé qué sea. No miro, no me ve. Si no miro, no me ve. Okay. No, sí había estado aquí. Ya me acordé con este. Con este sí. Y justo me chingué esas mismas plantas, según yo. Uf, desde aquí se ve bien chingón el bastión. Y ahí ya está como rota la base porque ahí me peleé con Benedicta. Y esta es la puerta este. O este. Tiene que aparecer por aquí, güey. Sí. Ahí está. Uf. El Bob Vic. Osmare. Vale. Voy a echar una garruda. Son chidos e imponentes los poderes de sí, pero son bien lentos, güey. Acá, perro. ¡A la madre! Madres. Ay, güey. Entrale, entrale, entrale. Madres. Dale, Torgal. Está. Está. Ya no lo dejé levantarse. Bueno, sí se levantó, pero al putazo. Nice. Nice. El 27. Carlatita. Huevos, pobrecito. Eso te pasa por zorra.
Is something there, boy? Could that be our man?
El curtidor. Cámara, güey. ¿Cómo creías que solito ibas a chingarte un hipogrifo?
Are you alright?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille.
Camilo.
I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you.
Nice. Cuando se quedó pensando dije, no mames, cabrón, te acabamos de salvar la vida y te vas a poner mamón.
Blackthorn's mood.
Retazo de cuero curtido. Y aquí está mi victoria. Okay. Go, let's go. ¿Cómo? Y si vengo por aquí no se puede entrar, ¿verdad? Ah, mira, aquí está el obelisco. No tenía. Ahora sí ya lo tengo. Por eso se puede bajar por ahí, ¿va? Vamos a ver si hay un tesorito. Y si no, vamos a la siguiente misión. No, no hay nada. Ok. Entonces... Marta Oeste. El descanso de Marta. Y en descanso de Marta debería haber un cenicero. En teoría. Pero pues valió madres el descanso de Marta. A ver si sí. Si sí o qué pedo. No, no, mira, ya se ve gente trabajando otra vez.
Stay sharp. We don't know when those bastards will be back.
Ah, es que ya están estos güeyes aquí ayudándola. Nice.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Cerca del destino de la misión. Ah. ¿Qué tranza, man? ¿Cómo estás?
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Estoy buscando.
Violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up. Hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. When there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Muchas gracias, Don. A ver. Entonces aquí, a los 3 juncos. Hay que avanzar por acá, por la puerta. Todo derecho. Aquí. Un mercader, ¿verdad? Déjame. Compro pocioncitas. Dame. 3 estas.
Much obliged.
2 de estas.
Thanks very much.
Unas sales de fuerza.
There you go.
Digo de protección.
Take care there, eh?
Nice. Por aquí, ¿no? Creo que aquí ya puedo usar a mi chocobo. Ah, no, eso está allá. No, sí. Uf.
Let's go.
Vámonos. Vuela. Vuela. Llegamos a tus tierras donde eras un héroe. Acá. Vamos en busca de esos fucking escorpiones.
Straight home now. Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against. All yours, Torgal. It's over.
Perdón, perros. Para cerrar. No me di con eso, Oh, como el combo. Milagro violeta. Aquí están las colitas de escorpiones. Listo. Vámonos.
I can walk from here.
Listo. Ay, güey, pero ya ni siquiera tengo que ir con ese güey, ¿verdad? Menso. Bueno. Fue bueno el raid con Alma Blanca. Se me olvidó el nombre del pollo. El chocobo. Vamos acá. Tenemos nuestras dos misiones chiquitas. Listo. Vale, creo que el primero es Blackthorn, aquí cerquita. Bueno, los dos lados, ¿verdad?
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
Yes.
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Así es.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long.
Wait here. Oh, no mames.
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss.
Cala, güey.
Odin's teeth. What the salt on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency there rise complex, meaty notes.
What the fuck?
It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavors, but never have I tasted anything so fine.
What the fuck? Es como cuando pruebas picante, pica rico.
Welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
No, no se antoja, güey.
Sure she will.
Aventura culinaria. Batalla de entereza. Aumenta la defensa en 30. Órale. Podemos ir directamente con Blackthorn.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find the geezer.
Así es.
How'd it go, Clive?
Speaking of the devil.
Find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
You're joking.
¿Para qué no estés chillando, chavo?
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, But this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Nice. Ya se inspiró el man. Tengo mucha curiosidad qué le pasó en el cráneo, güey.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted. I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Nice. Están llegando las misiones secundarias, papu. Papue. Diseño del equipo de matadragones necesario para fabricar el equipo matadragones. Ok. Nice. Receta del equipo matadragones desbloqueada. Dice, diseños. Obtuviste el diseño del equipo matadragones. Los diseños desbloquean opciones de fabricación nuevas en el martillo negro. Visita a Blackthorn en el escondite para obtener más información sobre los materiales necesarios. Ok. Quería hablar con este mismo man para ver qué pedo con los diseños. La forja. Relámpago. Desde lo alto del cielo cayó su rayo para impartir justicia.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Ok, mejorar. Fabricar. Ah, mira, cinturón de matadragones. Sí, güey. Electrum. Puta madre. Masa gelatinosa. Ok. Hay que conseguir esos ingredientes. Pero bueno. Tenemos esta espadita nueva que se ve bien perra. Uf. Órale, está morada, cabrón. Malo que no la puedo sacar aquí, pero está muy chida. Pues listo, terminamos esas dos misioncitas. ¿Qué hay en el arete? Apariencia, ¿hay más apariencias? Normal. A ver, atórgalo y a Clive los voy a dejar con el normal ahorita. Relámpago, nice. No se puede acceder a esta función bloqueada. Listo, es que sí, como que siento que no va con el mood, pero el de Jill sí va con el mood. Va, acá deberían haber Mira, güey. Ah, pues esta era la que o sea, no sabía que sí estaba aquí en el tablero. Ya me la chingué. Y el Feor. Entonces ya nos dieron un chingo de reputación, ¿no? La empuñadura rota de Rosaria. Más perra era esta porque era de clase C, ¿no? Ok, nos vemos, Néctar. Siri,
How may I help you today, Clive?
pues mira, podemos ya aceptar más contribuciones, ¿no? Preguntar sobre los últimos 5 años.
Come to claim your just desserts?
Dice, cuentos del Coba. La reputación de sí del bandido es tal que la mayor parte de mi clientela prefiere hablar sobre tus hazañas que intentar llevar a cabo alguna por su cuenta. Por eso creo que te debo al menos una parte de mis ganancias. Un sujeto muy enamorado dejó esto en mi mesa de noche. Espero que te sirva más de lo que le sirvió al anillo de Berserk. Hola, verga.
All yours.
Ah, dice, siempre que entraba a cualquier taberna, un coro formidable. Siempre que entraba a cualquier taberna solía llenarme de solicitudes para que cantara Dion el Valiente o El Bengal y la Criada. Sin embargo, ahora lo único que quieren oír es sobre Sid el bandido. Quisiste que me convirtiera en un hombre muy rico, amigo mío. Pardo bienaventurado. Nos da un rollo de orquestación. Una rosa. Ok, nice. Va subiendo la reputación. Para el siguiente ya son 105. 205.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Hay que hacer misiones. Este güey, según yo, no tiene misiones nuevas. Informes de aliados.
Anything catch your eye?
No, no tiene nada.
Can help?
Vale. Mesa de lectura. El Valle de la Corona y la Corona. Y vamos a ver qué onda con esta Vivian.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the mother crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity.
Okay.
The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drostenus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining mother crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drek's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Ok. Igual Vivian tiene cosas, ¿no?
And how may I assist you today? How may I help you today? Here's the latest information I have.
Por ejemplo, ya salió el Byron Rosfield aquí. Hermano menor del difunto archiduque Elwyn y gobernador del puerto Isolda. Después de que el ducado fuera incorporado al imperio y Byron fuera despojado de sus títulos, se encerró en su mansión y pagó con gusto todos los tributos que le cobraban para evitar despertar la ira del imperio y impedir que descubrieran lo que apoyaba a los guardianes de la llama. Buen asset. Yo creo que es lo único que se actualizó.
The state of the realm is ever changing, Clive.
Va. No, ahí está Jill, pero primero vamos al orquestreón. A ver, la nueva. Una rosa es una rosa. Yo como muy inspirada. Vamos a dejar... ¿Dónde estás? Está de libres. ¿Qué dice aquí? Receta del chocobo asado. No mames. Chocobo asado. Y como que sí les vale, así. Ah, los chocobos están bonitos, pero vale madres. Se pueden comer. Los frutos del esfuerzo. Un muchacho trajo un balde de manzanas martel esta misma mañana. Eran dulces como la miel y crujientes como la brisa matutina. Me dije a mí mismo que solo comería una, pero creo que si nadie más le hace caso al viejo Otto, yo tampoco tengo que hacerlo. Dile a Nigel y a los suyos que hicieron un buen trabajo. Hubo un tiempo en el que solo Sid las comía, porque el resto de nosotros las terminábamos escupiendo. Pero para él, el sabor nunca fue importante, sino lo que representaban, la capacidad de salir adelante por nuestra cuenta. Y míranos ahora, Sid estaría orgulloso, Otto. Nice. Una llamada no menos intensa. Mi señor Marqués, le pido nuevamente que perdone a mis hombres por su bienvenida de regreso a Lázaro. Espero que pueda entender que la última persona que esperábamos ver en nuestras puertas. En el poco tiempo que ha pasado desde nuestra reunión, ha demostrado ser el mismo hombre que seguí a Ventocalmo hace tantos años, un verdadero portador del legado de su padre. Tan solo Sir Tyler, el Lord Comandante, y los demás que fallecieron esa noche siguieran con nosotros, podrían ver la intensidad con la que arde su llama. Por la presente, ofrezco las espadas de los guardianes y comparto mi orgullo de volver a estar a su lado. Wade. Nice. Desde Gaff, todo está tranquilo en el dominio. Los Dalmek y los Imperiales están en un impasse. Gruñen y como muestran los colmillos, pero ninguno quiere actuar primero. Es casi como si ambos se hubieran dado cuenta del apestoso montón de mierda del chocobo en el que se metieron. Si apostar fuera lo mío, me jugaría la piel a que este conflicto no se resolverá pronto. Me mantendré informado. Perfecto. Perfecto, perfecto. Ya. Aquí está Jill. Pero
One way or another.
aquí le voy a dejar por el capítulo de hoy, bandita. Que llevo un ratillo jugando en los vidrios. Muchas gracias.